Hello everyone. So today, like the caption, we'll be talking about pansexuality and how I came to realize that I am a pansexual. So, coming to pansexuality, we did talk about that a bit in the last video. So, pansexuality is having an attraction for someone regardless of their gender or gender identity or sex. A lot of people confuse this with bisexuality, but then when it comes to bisexuality, it is like attraction to more than one gender or sex rather than regardless of gender or sex. So that is the difference happening there. And you already might know that bi means two. So that's where the whole idea comes from. Um, as for pan, it means all in Greek, and we do see pan used as a prefix here and there a lot. But then that's not a topic for today, and unlike the last time, we don't have a script either. So I'll just be like blabbering what all that happened in my life. So, as I told, we are getting into the story of how I realized that I am pansexual. So, this happened while I was in college. While I was in college, I ended up having someone who was close to me, who I still consider a very close friend, almost close to the point of family, that I would rely on them anytime, and they would do the same. And for your information, all the people that I'm gonna talk about, I have got their permission before talking about them in such a public platform, so there's nothing to be concerned about privacy issues here. So, coming back to that person, after being friends with them for an year or so, I realized that my feelings for them are more than just friendship. And even back then and even now, I never like bothered to consider. I mean, I understood their sex and that they're cisgender, but then I never kind of registered that information, and but then I like didn't notice that as a part of being pansexual. I just thought that's my character, that's who I am, and that's how I've always been. Humans are just humans. So, and that's one of the reasons why you also call pansexual people as gender blind. We're literally gender blind. I wouldn't speak for other pansexuals. Speaking for just myself, I consider myself quite gender blind, and I am pretty comfortable with the fact, and it doesn't interfere much. I mean, it doesn't interfere at all. Rather, it's a good thing during this process of living my life. So, coming back to our story, uh, about a year or so into the friendship, I realized that my feelings for them aren't just that of friendship, and that got me thinking. And rather than thinking that I simply have feelings for someone, it got me confused if I'm mistaking my feelings of friendship for something else. And that was quite a tumultuous time, and I did a lot of research, and that's when I came across a lot of the new terms in LGBTQ community. Up until then, much of what I knew were just gay, lesbian, bi. That was most of it, and I presume most of the people that we see around us, that is a common knowledge that they have, and some people can't even believe that there are gays, lesbians, and bisexual people around them. And when they can't believe that, the other more rare ones are more harder to believe. Um, so all my research got me into terms like polysexuality, omnisexuality, pansexuality, bisexuality, all these like combination kind of, like more than one kind of terms. And I hung up over the pansexuality term for quite some time, and then finally it felt like that was what it was for me. Because, like, I'll tell you when I felt like that was it for me. It was when, like, after researching and pondering over this matter for some time, I kind of thought back into my school years. And during my school years, even though it was just for a short while, just over an year and a half or so, there was someone that I was close to, that I used to follow around, that I used to want to spend time with, talk to them, visit them as much as possible, because they were not in the same class as me. So I had to make like separate time separately to be with them, even though they didn't have those kind of feelings for me. And back then I didn't even realize what kind of feelings there were. Even back then I thought it was just friendship, and I thought it was because I was so alone during all my school years. I mean, being ostracized and being lonely and alone during your school years, if you just get one rope, one thread to hang on, you're gonna hang on that, because loneliness isn't an easy thing to handle. So I thought that was just it. Finally, I got a friend, so I'm happy. I want to be with them. I don't want to be lonely anymore. I just thought like that was it. But then, now that I think back on it, I probably had more feelings than just that for them, and they were probably my first love. And me being pansexual became more sure because the person I had feelings for during college and during school, these two people were of different genders or sex, whatever it is. They seem to be, both seem to be cisgender people as far as I have discussed with them. So they were of, and they are of different genders. So that kind of made things more clear for me, my feelings and my identities more clear for me. And that's when I finally realized and accepted that I am pansexual. And when I accepted, it finally felt so good to be free, so good to like finally feel like the cloth is fitting you. That kind of a, like, you're flying away with wings, so free. It was that kind of a great feeling, and it was me realizing that I'm pansexual may help me accept that my feelings for that friend of mine is more than just friendship. So that was one of the big turning points in my life. And from then, I kind of expanded into the research of LGBTQ communities, the different terms involved, and slowly I came across demisexuality and the different gender identities too. But then I didn't ponder upon that for that long, because I was more occupied with my feelings for that person. And I'll not be going into whether they know my feelings or whether we are together right now, nothing like that. Maybe in the future you can look forward to it. Maybe if you subscribe and put the notification button, maybe at some point I'll talk about it. That was it for my journey into pansexuality. And as for how I came out for the first time, I had written a short story about this matter. If you're interested in reading it, I'll put it in the description box. But then I'll also be talking about it in more detail later on in my videos. So if you're excited for that, do subscribe and do put the notification button. And if you have anything that you want to ask me about this or anything else, or any ideas for the videos, feel free to put it in the comments. I'll be excited for those. And if you want me to conduct a live or anything similar, if you're excited for that, let me know in the comments too. And last time, for the last video, thanks for all the enthusiasm and all the suggestions that you guys gave. I absolutely love that. It motivated me a lot, both the support and all the praise. Thanks a lot for that. I really wanted to thank you all for all your grace. So that's it for today's video. See you guys in the next video.